So in this video, we are going to learn how to create experience letter using Google Sheets and Google Docs. Let's say you have the details of your ex-employees in your Google spreadsheet, and in Google Docs, you have created a template of the experience letter. Now you want to basically create the experience letter as you enter the details of a new employee in your Google spreadsheet using the Google Doc template. So let me tell you, you can completely automate this process. In this automation, as a new row of data will be added with the employee details in our Google Sheet, automatically the same data will be sent to Google Docs, and using Google Doc template, we are going to create the experience letter. After creating the experience letter, we are going to upload the PDF file of the experience letter into a specific folder in our Google Drive as well. Now, if you want to learn how you can set up this complete automation all by yourself, for that you just have to come with me to my screen. So as you can see, this is my Google spreadsheet in which I have the details of the ex-employees who has left the organization and for whom I want to create the experience letter. And in my Google Docs, I have created a template of the experience letter as well. In this template, you will notice that all the dynamic text, all the details which are variable, which will be keep on changing for each and every experience letter, for each and every employee, are added in double curly braces. So we have added these kind of dynamic strikes throughout our template. Now we want that the details which we have of the ex-employees in our Google Sheet, we want to put in all of these details in this template into the respective variables and generate a new experience letter out of it. And we are going to automate this process with the help of Pabbly Connect. So Pabbly Connect is an amazing automation and integration platform, and to get started with it, you will get a free sign-up link in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can set up your free Pabbly Connect account in just 2 minutes. After creating your account and coming to this dashboard, we have to create an automation workflow over here. So for that, just click on this create workflow button and give this workflow a name. Let's say I would like to name my workflow as Google Sheets to Google Docs to Google Drive. You can basically give any other name as per your choice. Then just select the folder of the Pabbly Connect account in which you want to set up this automation and click on create. Now, as we click on create here, you will see we have reached to Pabbly Connect's workflow. The workflow is open in front of us. In this workflow, we have 2 different windows. First one is the trigger window and second one is the action window. So triggers and actions are basically those 2 concepts, those 2 principles on which this whole automation works on, where the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. So let's start with our trigger step. Now the idea here is, first we have to connect our Google spreadsheet in which we will be entering our ex-employees details for whom we want to generate the experience letter with Pabbly Connect in the trigger step. So that whenever we enter a new row of data or whenever we send the existing data to Pabbly Connect, all of this data is received and this automation workflow will trigger. After that, using this Pabbly Connect automation, we are going to send the details of the employee to Google Docs. And using the template which we have created in Google Docs, we are going to put in all the details into the respective fields, into the variables, and create a new experience letter, a new document out of it. After creating the new document, that new document will be stored into a specific folder in our Google Drive. So from Google Drive itself, we will be getting the PDF file and upload the PDF file of the experience letter into some other folder in our Google Drive as well. So let's see how it is done. Here in our trigger step, in Choose App, we will search for Google Sheets and select it. After selecting Google Sheets, in Trigger Event from the drop-down, select the trigger event as New or Updated Spreadsheet Row. After selecting this trigger event, Pabbly Connect gave us a webhook URL. Now using this webhook URL, we are going to connect our Google spreadsheet with Pabbly Connect. And to add this webhook URL, we just have to follow the instructions given below over here. Just copy the webhook URL from here and go to your Google spreadsheet. After coming to the Google Sheets, just go to Extensions, Add-ons and click on Get Add-ons. After clicking on Get Add-ons, we will reach to Google Workspace Marketplace. And here in Search app, we have to search for Pabbly Connect Webhooks. Now here you can see Pabbly Connect Webhooks. This add-on is already installed in my Google Sheets. You just have to install the same add-on into your own Google Sheets account. And after installing it, just refresh your Google Sheets once. This is a very important step. After refreshing our Google Sheets, what we have to do, once again we'll go to Extensions, Pabbly Connect Webhook, and then you will see this option of Initial Setup. So just click on this Initial Setup button. After clicking on Initial Setup, this box will appear in front of us. And it is basically asking us 3 different things: selected sheet, webhook URL, and triggered column. So here in selected sheet, it is most likely possible that in your Google spreadsheet, you might have created multiple sheets over here. So in which particular sheet you are entering the details of the employees for whom you want to generate the experience letter, you have to enter it. So right now in this Google spreadsheet, I have only one sheet as sheet 1. That's why by default it has selected sheet 1. Then it is asking us for the webhook URL. And as you can guess, here in the field of webhook URL, we have to enter the exact same webhook URL which Pabbly Connect gave us. Just copy it from here and paste it over here. After pasting the webhook URL, it is asking us for the trigger column. Now you must be thinking, what is this trigger column? So the trigger column is basically the last column of our Google Sheet in which any of our data is exist. So here you can see this is the column L over here, which is the last column of company name, but it is not mandatory, it is not required. We have the company name already entered in our template. So let me just delete this particular column for now, but column K is the last column in which we will be entering any data. So what I'm going to do, once again we'll go to initial setup over here, once again we'll go to paste the webhook URL, and we are going to select column K as our trigger column. So here in this initial setup window, here in webhook URL, paste the exact same webhook URL and enter the last column, column K, which I have in my Google Sheet as the trigger column. Now after this, let's click on this send test button. Now when we click on send test, it is showing us that the test data is sent successfully. This means the data of the very first row after headers, the data of row number 2 is now sent to Pabbly Connect. So here in our Pabbly Connect workflow, you can see we have received the response. And in this response, you can see the details of the same employee which we had in row number 2 of our Google spreadsheet. Here you can see we have the same start date which we have entered in our Google Sheet. We'll scroll down further. Then after that, here you can see we have the same parent name, same relevant skill which we have entered in our Google Sheet. We have the same manager name, same designation, same key responsibilities, end date, employee name, employee email, designation, and current date as well. So in this way, what we have done, we have successfully connected this Google Sheet with Pabbly Connect in the trigger step and sent a test response of the second row, row number 2. Now we'll just have to click on this submit button. As we click on submit, it is showing us that the setup is configured successfully. Now close this dialog box, go to extensions, Pabbly Connect webhooks, and we have to select this send on event option. By selecting send on event, we are telling this Google Sheet, we are telling this add-on that whenever a new row of data is added, whenever the details of a new employee is added till our trigger column, then after that, immediately, instantly send that data to Pabbly Connect. So the step 1 of setting up this automation is completed. We have successfully connected our Google spreadsheet with Pabbly Connect and captured the details of the employee. Now let's move to step 2. And in step 2, we want to send all of these details, and using the template which we have in Google Docs, we have to generate a new document. For that, we will scroll down, come to this action step, and here in choose app, we will search for Google Docs. Just select it. After selecting Google Docs, an action event from the drop-down, select the action event as create document from template. Then just click on connect and select add new connection. Now here we have to basically connect our Google Docs account with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, click on this sign in with Google button. Here in this pop-up window, select your Google Docs account in which you have created the template. Then just scroll down and click on continue. And as you click on continue, you will see our Google Docs account will get connected with Pabbly Connect over here. After making the connection, the first thing it asks us is the template document. So in this dropdown, you can see a list of all the documents which we have created in our Google Docs account. Out of all of this, which is the particular document which we want to use as a template? We have to select it. So the template which I have created is named as experience letter template. Using this template, we want to generate the new document. So I'm going to select the same template over here. Then it is asking us for the new document's name. That the new documents, the new experience letter with the employee details which we are going to generate, what will be the name of these new documents? So I want to mention the name of the employee for whom we have generated the experience letter, and then after a hyphen, I want to write experience letter. So we have received the name of the employee from Google Sheets in the trigger step. So what we have to do here from the trigger step responses, we have to send these details or the responses or the details of the employee which we have received from Google Sheets to this Google Docs action step. And to do this, we are going to use a process called mapping. And the process of mapping is very simple. Simply click on this field of new document name, and here in this drop down, you can see a list of all the responses which we have received from Google Sheets in the trigger step.
Out of all of these responses, select this response of employee name over here, and then it will be mapped. After mapping the employee name, we want to add a hyphen, and I want to write experience letter. Experience letter. So whatever name of the document you want to give over here, you can just basically enter the same name over here in this way. If you want to add the employee name and then employee code or the employee email address which you have entered in Google Sheet, you can map that too. After this, it is asking us for the new documents location. That the new document, the new experience letter which we are generating, in which particular folder in our Google Drive these experience letters should be stored. So I will just go to my Google Drive and I'm going to create a new folder over here. So let's say I want to basically name my folder as employee experience letter. So I'll just enter the name as employee experience letters. This will be the name of my folder. Let's click on create. So just now we have created a new folder in our Google Drive account. And in this particular folder, I want to basically create or save the documents or the new experience letter which we are creating. So I'll go back to Pabbly Connect. Because we have created a new folder just now, I'll just click on this refresh button. Now when we click on refresh, it will fetch the recent folders, the latest folder. And here in this drop down, you can see a list of all the folders which I have in my Google Drive. Out of all of this is the folder which we have created just now, in which we want to save the experience letter document, new experience letter. So we are going to select that particular folder over here in this new document location. Then after that, all the variables which we have created in double curly braces in this template message, you can see all of these variables are added as fields over here. You can see all of these variables are listed as fields inside Pabbly Connect. And one by one, the details of the employee which we have received from Google Sheet, we have to basically enter the same details into their respective fields. So here we have the field of date, the current date. We will just click here from the drop down from Google Sheet responses. We will select the response of date and it will be mapped. Then here in the field of employee name, we are going to select and map the response of employee name. Then here in the field of parent name, we are going to map the response of parent name. Then we are going to map the response of designation. So this is the designation. Let's search for it. This is the designation. Then after that, here in the start date, let's map the response of start date over here, that when they started working with us. In end date, we are going to map the last day of working over here. Then in key responsibilities, whatever responsibilities we have entered in our Google spreadsheet, we are going to select it and map it over here. Let's map the relevant skills as well. Then in manager name, we are going to enter the name of the manager under who this person has worked. And in manager designation, let's enter and map the designation of the manager. So in this way, all the details of the experience letter which we have entered in our Google Sheet, we have basically mapped all of these details into their respective fields for this template in our Pabbly Connect workflow. After mapping all the details, just click on Save and Send Test Request. And as we click on Save and Send Test Request, here you can see we are going to receive some response over here. And the response is received. And this response seems to be a positive response to us. This response shows that the data which we have mapped over here, these details are added into the respective fields and a new document is generated using this template which we have selected. The name of the newly generated document is this name which we have entered over here, and it is saved in this particular folder in our Google Drive. So let's check it. We'll go to the same folder in Google Drive, and yes, just now a new document is created and saved over here. The name of the document is Demo User Experience Letter. We have the name of the employee, and after a hyphen, we have Experience Letter. And this document is created using the same template which we had in our Google Docs. And in places of these variables which we have entered, the details of the employees are entered. Like we have the current date over here, then here in place of employee name, we have the name of the employee, the parent name of the employee, then after that we have the designation of the employee, then we have the start date and end date as well. And after that, here you can see we have all the skills and responsibilities mentioned over here. And also we have mentioned the name of the manager and the designation of the manager as well. So this means the step 2 of setting up this automation is also completed. And using this automation, we have successfully created the document, the experience letters, and saved it in our Google Drive. Now let's move to step 3. Now here in this document, you will notice that the share permission of this document is private to only me. And to get the PDF file link of this newly created document, we have to basically change the share permission as well. So what we are going to do, in our Pabbly Connect workflow, in this Google Docs action step, we have received the response. And in these responses, we have also received this response of document ID, which we are going to use in the next step. So because this document is stored in our Google Drive, we are just going to click on this Add Action Step button over here, and then here in Choose App, we'll search for Google Drive. Just select it. After selecting Google Drive, an action event from this drop-down, select the action event as Share a file with anyone. Then just click on Connect and select Add New Connection. Now here we have to connect the same account's Google Drive with Pabbly Connect. Just click on this Sign in with Google button. Then here in the pop-up window, select the same account which we have connected in Google Docs Action Step. Then just scroll down and click on Continue. And as you click on Continue, you will notice that our Google Drive account will also get connected with Pabbly Connect in this action step. After making the connection, the only thing it asks us is the file ID. And we have received the file ID from Google Docs responses in the previous step. But here it is asking us to select the file from this dropdown. But what we are going to do, we will just turn this mapping button on and clear the default response. After clearing the default response, here in this dropdown below, you can see a list of all the responses of previous two steps from the Google Sheets trigger step as well as from the Google Docs action step. So here from the Google Docs action step, we'll just scroll down, select the response of document ID, and we are going to map it over here. After mapping the document ID, we just have to click on Save and Send Test Request. So let's click on it. Now when we click on Save and Send Test Request, here you can see we have received the response. And this response shows that the document, the experience letter which we have created just now was stored in our Google Drive, and the share permission of this experience letter is not changed. So earlier the share permission was private to only me, but now you can see the share permission is anyone with the link. Also the responses which we have received from Google Drive action step over here, you will notice in these responses in front of application/PDF, we have the PDF file link of the same document. I'll just copy this link, paste it in a new tab, and here you can see the PDF file of the experience letter is downloaded over here. I'll just open this PDF file, and here you can see this is the exact same experience letter which we have created just now. Now, after getting the PDF file link, what we want to do, we want to upload this PDF file into some other folder of PDF files of experience letter in our Google Drive. So what I'm going to do, I'll go back to my Google Drive, create a new folder over here. Experience Letter PDFs. This will be the name of my new folder where I will be uploading the PDF files using this automation. Currently, this folder is empty, but using the same automation, we are just going to click on this Add Action Step button for one last time, and then here in Choose App, we will search for Google Drive once again. Just select it. After selecting Google Drive, this time the action event which we are going to use is upload a file. Just select this action event, then click on Connect. And because we have connected our Google Drive account with Pabbly Connect in the previous step, we don't have to make a new connection. You can just select the existing connection and click on Save. Now, once we have saved it, the first thing it asks us is the URL. That what is the URL? What is the link of the file which we want to upload? And we have received the PDF file link of the experience letter from the Google Drive's Share a File with Anyone action step responses. So we will just click on this field of URL here in the drop-down from Google Drive, Share a File with Anyone action step responses. Select this URL, this response of application/PDF and map it over here. Then it is asking us for the folder ID, that in which particular folder in our Google Drive account we want to basically upload this file. Now you must be thinking how you will get this folder ID. So to get it, just go to your Google Drive account, and after opening this folder, here you can see in the URL section after folder / this is the ID. This is your unique folder ID. Just copy the folder ID from here and paste it over here. After pasting the folder ID, it is asking us for the file name. And we are going to use the same file name which we have basically entered into this Google Docs action step. First, we are going to map the name of the employee over here for whom we have created this experience letter. Then I want to write experience letter over here. And here in the help text over here, you can see it is clearly mentioned that we have to enter the proper file extension. So here what I'm going to do, after giving the name, I'm going to write .pdf over here because we are entering the PDF file link too. And also let me just correct the spelling over here. Okay, so now what we have done, we have entered the same name, and this time we have added this file extension of .pdf over here because in this action step, it is asking us to enter the file name with file extension. After mapping the PDF file URL, entering the folder ID, and giving the file a name with the file extension, just click on Save and Send Test Request. And when we click on Save and Send Test Request, here you can see we are going to receive some response, and the response is received. And this response shows that the document which we have created just now, the PDF file of the document is uploaded in this particular folder in Google Drive, the same folder whose ID we have entered. And this is the name of the file. So let's check it. We'll go to the same folder over here, and then here in this folder you can see the PDF file of the exact same document, exact same experience letter which we have created. It's stored in our Google Drive folder. This means the automation workflow which we have created using Pabbly Connect, this automation is working perfectly fine. And using this automation, as we enter the details of the employee in our Google spreadsheet, automatically with the same details, you can generate the experience letter. You can have a template, and in this template, we'll enter the details of the employee and automatically generate an experience letter. And we will get the PDF file of the same newly generated experience letter specific folder in our Google Drive as well. Now, after setting up this automation, if you already have the details of the employee for which you want to generate the experience letter using this automation, then what you can do, you go to extensions, go to Pabbly Connect webhooks and click on this send all data button. But before doing that, let me just clean these documents which we have created just now. I will just delete this PDF document over here which we have created and go to the previous folder and delete the document as well. So we have this document file folder, we have cleared it. So we have basically cleared all our Google Drive folder. We'll go to this Google Sheet, Extensions, Pabbly Connect webhook and click on this Send All Data button. By clicking on Send All Data, we'll set the data of all the rows which we have in our Google Sheet to Pabbly Connect, to this automation. And as we send this data using this automation, automatically the experience letter documents for each and every employee, like in this Google Sheet, we have the details of 5 employees. The experience letter for all of 5 employees will be generated and also will generate the PDF file of the experience letter. So let's check it. We'll go to our Google Drive folder, and yes, here you can see in the folder of employee experience letter, you can see that all the experience letter for all 5 employees are generated. So let's open this one over here for test user, and you can see we have entered the same details over here. So this is the name of the employee and the father name was Mike Test. So in our Google spreadsheet, you can see for test user, Mike Test was the parent name over here. And then after that, you can see rest of the details are also the same which we have entered in our Google spreadsheet. Also, if we check the PDF file folder, you will see in PDF file folder as well, the PDF file of the same experience letter are generated automatically within seconds. So this is the experience letter of fake user over here, and the parent name is Robert Fake. And in this our Google Sheet, you can see Robert Fake is the parent name of fake user, this particular employee. So we have tested this automation in real time, and this automation is working perfectly fine. Now after this, because we have selected this option of send on event, if I add a new row of employee details in this Google Sheet till our trigger column, the same data will be immediately sent to this automation, and using this automation, instantly within seconds, the experience letter PDF will be generated. It's not just these applications, you can connect plenty of other applications with Pabbly Connect. And one more important thing, you'll find the clone link of this exact same automation workflow in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can just clone the same workflow into your own Pabbly Connect account and start using this automation for free. Also, let me tell you, Pabbly Connect offers you a free plan. And in this plan, you will get some free tasks every month into your own Pabbly Connect account. So if you want to try and test this automation, you can just do it for absolutely free.
So if this video was helpful to you, don't forget to hit the like button, share it with others, or if you have any kind of doubts or queries, you can always write us in the comment box below or email us at support@pabbly.com. Also, you can post your queries on our forum as well. And if you want to check the pricing of Pabbly Connect, you can visit this link. So this is it for today's video. Thank you. Have a great day.